besties! If you're new, my name's Lottie, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. I asked you guys in a community poll the other day which video you would rather see as part of Bookmas, and this video won. So today's video is going to be all about my bookish favorites of the year. Am I going to be mentioning any specific books today? Not really. Rather, I'm going to be talking about all my different accessories, bookish items, and just favorite little trinkets from the year that really enhanced my reading experience or just made me more cozy, or I don't know, you'll see the vibe. And like I mentioned, this video is part of Bookmas here on my channel. I'm trying to upload 12 videos every other day in December from the 1st to the 23rd. If you've missed any of them, I will link my Bookmas playlist in the description box below so you can get all caught up. Okay, let's dive in. I literally just have a pile of things around me that I wanted to talk about. I don't really have a specific order. I thought it'd be kind of fun to just sit here and wing it and talk like we're on FaceTime. So what I think I want to start with is my merch. So I brought these two pieces of merch. As you guys probably know, bookish merch is a huge thing. Lots of readers love getting different tees and sweatshirts and accessories that either have to do with their favorite books or just have to do with them being book lovers. I pulled out my two most worn pieces of book merch this year, the ones that I was constantly gravitating towards. And ever since I bought these, I probably have worn them at least once a week. They're in every laundry cycle. I picked one t-shirt and one sweatshirt. It's kind of hard to hold these things up with the microphone in my hand, so bear with me, I'm doing my best. The first one is a little bit of a Taylor Swift x bookish crossover, and it's just this t-shirt that says The Tortured Readers Department. This shirt is from an online shop called The Common Room, and it's run by just the sweetest young woman. Her name is Hallie, I'm pretty sure, and she makes tons of merch related to bookish things, Harry Potter, Taylor Swift, so a lot of our favorite fandoms. And I just love this shirt. It's so high quality, it's so thick, and the material is so soft, and I just am constantly reaching for this. I feel like the fit of it is exactly what I wanted. I absolutely love it. She doesn't have this specific shirt on the site anymore, but she has a blue and pink version, I think, of this one still in stock, and then a bunch of other really cute ones. But that is the first piece of merch that I just have been totally obsessed with this year. I've been wearing it on repeat. And then I picked out one bookish sweatshirt that was my most worn of the year, and that is just this giant XL crew neck that says "How's the Weather, Parks." I love the colors on this one. The red and pink I think is so cute, and it's a reference to my favorite book series of the year, Magnolia Parks. This sweatshirt is from House of Jupiter, which also makes super high quality stuff. This is so soft. I think that's part of the reason I reach for this one a lot too. Pink is definitely just one of my favorite colors, but this is so soft and oversized. It's like a dress on me. And so I just found myself gravitating towards this a lot throughout the year, just as a cozy sweatshirt to throw on while I'm at home editing videos or reading. And I actually showed this one in my collective bookish merch haul video. I'll leave it in a card if you guys want to check that out. But if you're looking for other bookish merch ideas, that video has a ton. So I just absolutely have loved this one this year, and it's just so cozy. It's oh, I love it. Those are my two most worn bookish clothing items. Okay, my next bookish favorite of 2024 has been audiobooks. This is one that I didn't really discover my full love for until the later part of the year, but I know that I'm gonna go into 2025 keeping up with my audiobook habit. I think with wanting to read more, I've just been shifting my focus and what I listen to. A lot of times I love listening to YouTube videos and podcasts, and don't get me wrong, I'm still listening to and watching those so much, but I definitely find that I've been turning on my audiobooks a lot more as well in that mix. So while I'm getting ready or drying my hair or going for a walk, I am always putting my audiobook on. It has just been the best hack to allow me to keep making progress on my TBR. I also really love switching back and forth between the audiobook and reading the book either physically or on my Kindle. I find myself thinking about my book more and getting more excited to read at night before bed if I've been listening to it some also throughout the day. The main apps that I have been using this year for audiobooks, the first one is Hoopla. I love my Hoopla app, you guys. I'm obsessed with this app. It has so many free audiobooks through the library. So you basically just sign up, put in your library card information, and then you can access a ton of free digital media. So for example, right now on my Hoopla, I could access the Nightingale audiobook, Assistant to the Villain, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, When the Moon Hatched, Zodiac Academy, Remarkably Bright Creatures, My December Darling, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Fourth Wing. I could go on and on. Lightlark, the Wicked audiobook, ACOTAR. There's so many on here. I have just loved this app. It is so great. I also find sometimes when my brain is really fried, if you're someone who works, but you also love reading and you have a hard time, or even just if your attention span isn't great because your phone has fried your brain, sometimes to help me get back into reading and get excited about it, sometimes I'll turn on the audiobook and I'll read at the same time, aka immersive reading. So sometimes I'll do that just for 30 minutes to kind of get my brain in the zone, and then I can turn the audiobook off if I want to. If I'm reading faster, then I can listen, if that makes sense. So anyway, I've just I've loved audiobooks this year, you guys. They have been such a big help for me in staying focused with my reading goals and not getting into slumps. Oh, and also, how can I forget, Spotify Premium has 15 free hours of audiobook listening a month, so I've definitely been leveraging that as well. Okay, and branching off of audiobooks, another bookish favorite of the year for me has been good headphones. I get a lot of questions about like what I'm listening to when I'm reading in my reading vlogs, and a lot of times it's either like jazz for reading, brown noise, or sometimes the audiobook if my brain is really dead. And I have two different pairs of headphones that I like to use. So the first are my little Beats. These are like supposed to be similar to AirPods. These are just little earbuds that have little jellies on them. I like the ones with the jellies the most. I always have and always will, but same thing as AirPods basically. And also I just thought they're so cute because they're pink, but these are great. I usually like using these when I'm reading, maybe in bed or like laying down on the couch or something where I'm like tilting my head, because sometimes my on the ear headphones just get really like clunky and heavy when I'm like trying to lay and read, if that makes sense. So sometimes if I have my Kindle and I'm like laying on my side, I may opt for my smaller earbuds. And then I also have my Apple AirPod Maxes. These are the green ones and I really like them. I do feel like I get questions like, oh, are these worth the money? And honestly, I don't know that they're worth the money. They're very cute and I feel like that is really nice. But in terms of like the best quality headphones, I don't know. The jury's out. I mean, I haven't tried many others, so I'm like, yeah, I like these, but Anders actually got the Sony ones recently and they are so lightweight. Like, I feel like these sometimes give me a headache because they're so heavy and I'm kind of jealous of the Sony ones, I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like these are the most like aesthetic, cute, bookish, girly ones, but in terms of like actual functionality, they're not necessarily like worth the price. But all this to say, having like a great pair of over-the-ear noise canceling headphones has been such a game changer for me. It's really helpful for me to kind of like enter focus mode when I'm reading. I think with my ADHD, it just really allows me to like get in the zone and it like cues into my brain that like it's time to read. And to go along with these headphones, another thing I've loved this year are these little covers that I have for them. So I got these on Casely. I'll link them down below. Anders actually got these for me for my birthday. I also just have these kind of like plain green and white ones that I've had on my AirPods this year. And I love these too. I find myself switching them out quite a bit. Both of them are just super, super cute. It's definitely a little bit of overconsumption core, but I work from home and it's just the little things, you know, that bring me joy, and switching that out is really fun. So all of this is a little bit overconsumption core, I will acknowledge. Like, you don't need any of this. This is just things that like bring me joy. Okay, speaking of things you don't need, but things that I enjoy, we've got the Kindle pillow stand. Guys, I really do like this, I fear. This is from Amazon. I'll link it down below, but it's just this little gray pillow stand. And you can even put like snacks in this little bowl or something. I don't really do that because I don't clean the bowl. And then I can set this on my bed or on the couch or whatever. And then, wait, let me put my Kindle in. So this is with my Kindle Oasis and I just put it in there like that. I will say this works the best if you have a Kindle Oasis. It's a little bit like finicky with the Paperwhite. Let me show you. If you have a good chunky case on your Paperwhite, you can use the little stand thing horizontally, like how it is now. If you have to take your case off because you have like a pop socket on it or something, it won't just like stay in there like this. Like, it's too narrow. I have not enough hands for this demonstration. So then you have to put it in this way, but then since the power button's on the bottom, you have to avoid hitting the power button with it, but you just kind of angle it like this and it doesn't really fall out or anything for me. I think you just have to make sure your like thing on the back is tight enough and then it should be fine, but it does work with the Paperwhite, so yeah. Anyways, I just have really loved that little contraption. It's so good for hands-free reading. And then I attach my little Kindle clicker to it. So then once I have this little clicker on the side of the Kindle, I can push my little remote and it will turn the page. So I've loved that little setup. It's so nice for hands-free reading. I like the Kindle pillow stand a lot more than the concept of like one of those mounts of like this arm that you put the Kindle in onto your bed. Cause that to me is just very like clunky looking. It's hard to configure. It's hard to like tighten it depending what kind of bed you have. And so I just have really liked this because I can just set it down. I can change the angle of this thing in the back. Like, you can change like how high it is. And then you can also change if it's like angled. So if you have your head turned, you can really like adjust it. And it's just been perfect for me. And it's really nice because it's portable. You can move it, you know, if you want to come sit in a different room and put it like on a little coffee table while you sit on the couch, or if you want to put it in your bed. It's just nice because it's much more portable and it's also easy to store. It's unnecessary, but I've really enjoyed it, especially when I'm reading like at night or something. I just get super cozy with my little Kindle clicker and lock in. So it's been a fun one. Okay, another random favorite of the year has been reading on the walking pad or just like reading while walking. And this may sound treacherous, and if you are someone who's uncoordinated, maybe try this in baby steps. But I will say, I feel like my reading comprehension is like doubled or dare I say tripled when I read while I'm walking. Of course, you want to be safe and aware of your surroundings. I will say a lot of times I'm the most coordinated with this if I can read on like my Kindle or on my phone on the Kindle app. If I'm trying to read like an actual book, I will say it can be a little bit challenging on the walking pad to keep my balance. I'm able to read so much faster. And then also if I feel like my brain has been struggling to like understand words on a page and then I get on the walking pad and I start reading, I'm like, oh, it makes perfect sense. There's something, at least for me in my brain, that is activated in terms of like my ability to process new information so much better when I'm walking. I would love to be part of a study on this because I swear this has been my scientific discovery of the year. If you haven't tried this, definitely try to like read your Kindle on a treadmill or just take your book outside and go for a little like walk on like a safe track or something. See if you notice it too, because I'm curious if it's just me or if this is like the best new hack. Okay, another bookish favorite that I've had in 2024 has been iced matcha lattes. And you may be like, Lottie, how is this a bookish favorite? But like, what goes better with a good book than some time spent reading in a cafe? Nothing. One of the things I love to know about people is their go-to coffee order at the cafe. And mine is an iced matcha latte with maybe a half shot of vanilla and oat milk. So if you ever see me out, that's definitely what I'm getting. But I had never tried matcha, I don't think, before this year. I'm trying to remember like when I had my first matcha latte ever. But I think it was like back in March or April. And I quickly became so obsessed. So I've also been trying to learn how to make matcha at home this year. I feel like I've gotten my recipe pretty good, but nothing beats going to a cafe and getting your favorite matcha. It's just the best feeling. So that has been one of my favorites of the year for sure. Just since it's a new discovery, I think for me this year, I wanted to call it out because I'm so obsessed and that obsession is going nowhere. So I have just totally loved that this year too. Okay, and speaking of matchas, I wanted to show this bookmark because this has been one of my favorite bookmarks of the year. My friend Abigail actually got me this for my birthday and it just says hot girls drink matcha and it's from Etsy from Fleurs on Sunday. This has just been one of my favorite bookmarks. It's so cute. My other favorite is also from Fleurs on Sunday and it's this custom one that just says Lottie's Book Club. It's so adorable and I love just having like a custom bookmark. And then I also totally love this one. It's so adorable. It's from Carta Designs Co. And I'll link all the products that are linkable in this video down below. But this one just says no shelf control with a big bookshelf, which I just think is adorable. So cute bookmarks I feel like are part of the reading experience and they've really enhanced it for me this year. So that has definitely been a favorite too. Another favorite for me this year has been Kindle cases from Paige the Shop. She has really stepped up her game this year. At the beginning of the year, none of the cases had like straps or anything, but now when you order them, they all have straps on the back. So that has been a huge upgrade. And I know she's just come out with some cases for like the new models, like the Kindle Color Soft and stuff, but these are just so cute. There's so many cute ones to choose from. It's like impossible to pick. And she keeps coming out with new designs like weekly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to take all my money. I will warn you guys, I would say don't use them in the summer. Like period, point blank, don't use them in the summer. If you get like sunscreen on those cases, they get ruined. So don't take them to the pool. Don't take them to the beach. Like I'm warning you because I learned the hard way. This is the case I got from my paperweight. I think the design's called Clara Bow, but it's just blue and green and it has these cute bows all over it, which I love this one. I think it's my favorite one that I have. And then I also have a few for my Oasis. This one is so cute. The hot pink. I love that one like for the summer. I also have this one for my Oasis. That's just like white and blue with flowers. And I have this one for my Oasis too. That's like pink and green and like tan, which is really cute. So I kind of lost my mind earlier in the year and like ordered a ton of those. So I have a lot of them, but I am truly obsessed. Okay, as another bookish favorite, I wanted to pick a rising star, and that is a genre. And the one I actually chose for this is literary fiction. I pulled a few of my favorite books of the year. While I'm not here to talk about books in today's video, I did just want to give a shout out to literary fiction as a genre. Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe, all chef's kiss. Love those books. So if you have been scared of literary fiction, give it a try. Try one of those 4. I think you may like them. Of course, I love romance. Of course, I love fantasy. Of course, I love mystery thrillers. But I think giving myself space to really enjoy literary fiction this year has been really great for me. So I wanted to give a shout out to that genre as a whole, because even though I don't read a ton of it, I feel like what I do read from literary fiction almost always stands out to me at the end of the year as some of my favorite books. So literary fiction, love you. Okay, and then I have a bookish app that has been one of my favorites this year, and that is Fable. Fable is coming for Goodreads, you guys. If you're not on Fable, you should definitely download it. I think I'm gonna start linking my Fable in my description box below if you guys wanna follow me on there. I'm really bad about updating it because I just have been trying to get out of the habit of using Goodreads and switching over to Fable. That is definitely gonna be one of my bookish resolutions for the new year. I'm gonna try to get everything switched over to Fable starting for 2025, but they just have so many cool features. You can do like community posts and you have like a feed. It's so much fun to add friends on there. You can create book clubs, and I definitely want to make a list on there of like all the books in my physical TBR and just all this stuff. They give you like monthly recaps of like the books you read that month. You can check in if you've read that day and log that and get like a streak going. Just lots of cool features and a really cool app that is on the rise. And I had to mention it because I've definitely been loving exploring Fable and trying to use it more. Okay, we're getting to the end. So to wrap us up, I wanted to shout out some other bookish creators that have been some of my favorites this year. So of course, I'm subscribed to a ton of the big booktubers and love watching everyone's videos, but I wanted to shout out a few smaller channels that I've really been loving this year. So the first one is Katie Wittrick, or Katie Starks. She actually recently got married, so I don't know if her plan is to switch over her new name or not, but wanted to shout out both just in case. Katie's videos have just become the ultimate comfort videos for me this year, and I've really loved watching her TBR jar videos and her reading vlogs. She just makes some of the best content, so you should definitely check Katie out if you haven't seen her videos, because if you like mine, I think you'd probably like hers. Next up is Mick's Library. I absolutely love Mick. She is one of the sweetest, most genuine booktubers out there. One thing I really love about Mick is her creativity. I feel like her editing is really cool and her personality just really shines through in her videos. She does some really cool free little library hunt videos that I love watching. Those are some of my favorites, and I just love her vibe. And then the third booktuber I've really been loving is Lucy Can Read. She is so funny, you guys. I was watching one of her like week in my life like reading vlogs recently, and she has such a fun sense of humor. I love her personality, love her videos. Again, she's really creative with the editing. Lucy is actually Australian, so I'm doing my little Australian accent for a moment. I'm not very good at it, but I have been watching some Love Island Australia, so I've been trying to hone in on. Let me know if you guys think my accent's any good. I don't think it. Okay, I can't do it. Anyway, I love Lucy's videos, and I just love watching other bookish friends from around the world. I think it's so cool. That reminds me, also Ellen Miller. I really love her channel. I think she's based in the UK, but again, with the like friends in other regions concept, her videos are so like cinematic and cozy and like calming. Anyways, I could go on for like ages about all of my favorite booktubers, but those are some that have stuck out to me this year that I always get really excited when they upload a new video. So I'll link all their channels down below. And those are all of my bookish favorites of 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, comment down below with the light blue heart emoji. I love the new light blue one. Like, I'm still not over that we have this like light blue color. She's gorgeous. And also comment down below and let me know what your bookish favorites of the year are, because I love getting new ideas of like everyone's favorite things. I hope you guys are enjoying Bookmas, and I can't believe we're already over halfway through Bookmas and over halfway through the month of December. That's honestly so crazy to me. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss a video from me. And I think that's it for today, but I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye everyone.